Okay, this is tinfoil hat. Okay, so usually if we talk about a tinfoil hat, we're talking about someone that we believe has crazy conspiracy ideas, right? But it's a subjective thing, so it's a matter of opinion whether they're actually crazy. But if I want to say I think somebody's crazy, uh, and that their ideas are just just wrong, and their beliefs are based on a like crackpot. We say crackpot idea means crazy idea. Then I could say, oh boy, he's got his tinfoil hat on, right? Okay, so tinfoil is aluminum foil, right? They used to make it from tin. Now it's made from aluminum. But if this aluminum foil has some properties uh, in that it can uh, act as a kind of a shield uh, to prevent like radio waves from passing through it, right? So if I were to wrap my Wi-Fi modem in tinfoil, it would probably block out some of those radio waves. Okay, so in the past and probably now, there are people that they start thinking about these radio waves that are obviously going through the air. There are radio waves going through the air at all times, and there's some people who start maybe overthinking things, and they think, oh, that's how they're controlling our minds with radio waves, right? So I don't even know if it's ever actually happened, but you can imagine somebody that believes these radio waves are cooking our brains or controlling us or making us sick. They would put on an aluminum foil hat and to protect their head from radio waves, right? So this is often used to describe somebody who's got crazy ideas, or one person believes the other person has crazy ideas. Okay, so one guy said this. He didn't say tinfoil hat, but he called me a conspiracy theorist because I don't believe that the September 11th events happened the way the official story went. And the reason I don't think so is because I used to work construction. I've told you guys that. I used to be a construction worker, and I've dealt with a lot of concrete, and concrete just doesn't fall apart like that with just something hitting it in the side. It doesn't make any sense. And then there was another building that fell down for no reason. And so I think there's some kind of conspiracy. It's pretty commonly thought conspiracy. But he goes, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist." So if he were going to describe me, he'd say, "Oh, did you put your tinfoil hat on?" You know. So let's talk about that. Let's see what I got set up for you. Okay, I got it. Okay, so tinfoil hat. So this guy's wearing his tinfoil hat to protect himself from radio waves, right? And it's really just a metaphor for you to be used to symbolize all kinds of crazy ideologies or far-fetched ideologies. So I know this guy that there's a lot of people that believe that the government is controlled by uh, the Jewish people. The government and they're in all kinds of powerful positions. I know another guy who believes that like Hollywood and the government is controlled by a network of homosexuals, right? I can remember him telling me that years ago. So, but it's not widely talked about, and some people just have their kind of mainstream ideas, right? Okay, so let me. Okay, tinfoil hat is a hat made of aluminum foil meant to block out radio waves. I'm going to make it simple here by a government mind control program. It's a metaphor, right? used metaphorically to symbolize a crazy belief system. What's this thing over here? Okay. Anyway, a tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist is a negative label used to describe someone who the speaker believes has nonsense conspiracy theories. So I have a friend who believes that that the current people who live here are our size, but that the world used to be populated by giant people, and he's got all of this evidence and stuff that he has to like prove it. He says, "Why is this building so tall? Can you tell me that? Why is this building so tall?" So I never really got into that one, but you know, there's beliefs that there was like a big flood that blocked it out, killed a bunch of people and all kinds of stuff. So there's way more conspiracy theories than that. And I'm going to talk about one. It's called HARP, which is a true thing. It's a radio antenna, a cluster of radio antennas in Alaska. And a lot of people wonder why that thing's sitting up there, because it's controlled by, I think it's the United States Navy controls it. And people believe that all of this radio antennas can possibly change weather patterns and possibly cause an earthquake. So every time there's an earthquake, there's going to be somebody on Twitter or somewhere who says HARP, right? So, and somebody else would say they're tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorists. And I work with a guy who he's got all kinds of conspiracies, right? And I know another guy who doesn't like that guy, right? And so when this guy describes this guy, he says, "Yeah, then the tinfoil hat comes out," right? So anyway, let's go to. And by the way, it's a matter of opinion, because what's crazy to one person might not be crazy for another person. Okay. Okay, and when I put it in quotation marks, it comes up with a lot of hits. Conspiracy theorist does not believe the official story. Okay, like John F. Kennedy, nobody believes, a lot of people don't believe that Lee Harvey Oswald killed him. Okay, now this guy is going to talk about 10 conspiracy theories that turned out to be true. Okay, so this guy says, "So get your tinfoil hat ready because
he out to be true." Part 2. Number 1 is the twice. So get your tinfoil hat ready because he.
Okay, so he's going to talk about these conspiracy theories, and so he says, "So get your tinfoil hat ready." This volume is too high. Way too high. Let me play that again.
Twice. So get your tinfoil hat ready because he.
Okay. So now this guy right here, this is really old, man. I remember watching this years ago. And this guy went and confronted some kind of Japanese politician. And the guy listened to him. But he said,
"Control of the former Japanese finance minister, over why he handed over control of the Japanese financial system to a group of American and European oligarchs. He and his envoy told me that it was because Japan had been threatened by an earthquake machine. I did not believe it at the time. However, when I started exposing some of their doings..."
There used to be a whole lot of this kind of stuff on YouTube. Back when the YouTube was like the wild, wild west, right? And so he basically said that Japan was threatened by an earthquake machine. I don't even know if he, I don't know if that's what that politician told him or not, but uh, definitely not long after that. Let's see. Let's see. 2024. This was 15 years ago. So this was before the big earthquake, right? So anyway, the point is that this is talking about harp. Harp. And let's go. If I type in harp, they're talking about, sorry, there's a lot. They're talking about these antennas. And even this guy, they got him wearing a tinfoil hat. Okay, harp, sorry. There's a lot of crap here. It's not related. How harp works. It's talking about these antennas. And it's accusing them of creating earthquakes, right? This is a picture of harp, right? And everybody wonders like what this thing is. So you can type it in yourself, HAARPC. Every time somebody sees something like that, they're like, uh-oh, that's harp. And then somebody else will say, no, that's tinfoil hat conspiracy theory, right? So anyway, tinfoil hat, it's a metaphor for meaning crazy ideas, although they're not, many of these things that were said to be crazy turned out to be true, right? So anyway, I will talk to you on the next idiom.